good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
The following program is a special presentation of Cleveland Community College.
Well, welcome you in live to the campus of Cleveland Community College and the Yetis Athletic Park. Game one of a three-game set as the Yetis of Cleveland Community College host the Flying Eagles of Southwest Virginia in Region 10 Western play. Tim Foster along with you, and great to have Cleveland County Hall of Famer Andy Foster with me this afternoon. And Andy, kind of the big story as we've seen the weather clear up this afternoon. Both these teams looking for their first Region 10 Western victory. That's what makes this a big series here for Cleveland Community College and Southwest Virginia. Great to have you, Andy, this weekend.
Thank you, Tim. Great to be here at Cleveland Community College for Yetis baseball. A big weekend series. Southwest Virginia comes in to take on the Yetis, and both teams looking to get some momentum in this 2022 season.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Of course, when you think about Southwest Virginia, they're looking for their first win of the year, 0-10-1. Cleveland Community College coming off a big 17-8 victory over Caldwell Technical College back on Tuesday afternoon, Andy, and they want to gain some momentum. You know, they've lost a lot of close Region 10 games here early, and for Coach Dawson, he wants to get some momentum, and a big weekend series in Game 1 here today is going to be crucial to do that.
It is, and the Yetis have had a tough schedule to open the season in 2022.
Yeah.
Patrick Henry in here earlier this month.
Yeah, that kicked off the first ever regular season action, and then, of course, a tough series up in Hickory against Catawba Valley Community College this past weekend. Of course, you can watch Yeti baseball live this afternoon and Game 2 tomorrow, Game 3 tomorrow afternoon on YouTube, our live YouTube stream. You can just go to ClevelandCC, whether it's on your Roku device, your Apple device. Just go in to the search page and click on ClevelandCC, and we've got all the action, and we've got all our crew here today. Greg Tillman, producer, director, Danny Morton. We've got Justin Roper and Randy Evans, the whole crew. And, Andy, you know, again, we talk about with the Yetis, they know here they've got to start winning some Region 10 games. You want to defend on your home field. You know, they lost all three of those games to Patrick Henry a couple of weeks ago here on this field by one run. Certainly, they did not want the moral victories, but they did gain some confidence, and they want to kind of take that into this weekend.
Yeah, anytime you play a team that's ranked number 10 in the nation in junior college baseball to one-run ball games to open your season, that's a feather in your cap, and it's something to build on, and I think it will build for this Yetis squad as they move on.
This Southwest Virginia squad we talked about with the Flying Eagles coming down from Cedar Ridge, Virginia. And, Andy, one of the struggles they've had is scoring runs early in the season. That'll be something we'll keep an eye on here in Game 1 this afternoon.
Yeah, pitching certainly a key for both teams in today's game. Both squads have struggled a little bit on the mound, and the pitching effort today is going to be key.
We've got a great weekend series, Game 2 tomorrow afternoon. Andy and myself will have that one at noon. And then Game 3, I'm looking forward to working with Guy Suttle for Game 3 tomorrow afternoon in this series between Cleveland Community College and the Flying Eagles, of course, of Southwest Virginia. The starting lineups are being announced right now as action goes on. And, Greg, let's here momentarily look at that schedule as the starting lineups are being announced for both teams. We'll probably here momentarily as well have the national anthem as we are getting close to first pitch. But let's look at that here momentarily, that graphic of the upcoming schedule that we'll have the home games right on YouTube Live. And, of course, you can also check it out as well on the rebroadcast on C19 TV. Hopefully we'll get to that graphic here momentarily. But, Andy, as we talked about, this is a team, when you look at Southwest Virginia, I was looking at some of their stats. They have given up some runs this year as you see their starting lineup being announced. And we'll see if the Yetis can maybe get on them here early in Game 1.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Cleveland Community starts this game momentum-wise today.
No doubt about it. The Yetis being announced as they're heading into the outfield. There's the entire team being announced and coming out. And as we talked about, and as we get closer to today's first pitch, we do want to thank the CCC Foundation for its leadership and support of Yeti Athletics. Yeti Club members have been a vital source of support and goodwill for our athletic programs. We want to give special shout-outs to all current Yeti Club members. Let's start at the top with our Mount Mitchell level members. So we want to say a big thanks to Richard and Mary Carroll, Richard Dees, also Dr. Jason and Lisa Hurst. Big thanks to Alan and Francis Nicely. Also a big thanks to Sharice and Keith Latham, Robert and Connie Queen, assistant baseball coach Chris Sherrill, and Walter and Dawn Sperling. These are all our Mount Mitchell level club members, and we couldn't do it without our Yeti Club members. And Andy, the support to not only put together and the construction of this beautiful Yeti Athletic Park, along with the support of this team and the community, has been pretty special over the last year and a half.
It really has, and Tim, it's, I know, gratifying for the broadcasting program here at Cleveland Community, the response that you've had.
Let's go to the national anthem. Great shot of our American flag, the Yeti flag, and, of course, the beautiful David and Melissa White scoreboard here at Yeti Athletic Park. Tim Foster, Andy Foster getting you ready for Game 1 this afternoon. Great to have you along live on YouTube or the rebroadcast on C19 TV. And, yes, Andy, it's certainly the broadcasting program, so exciting to be able to bring you Yeti Athletics. Of course, a lot of the students get to check out the production truck, watch the process being done. But we are ready, almost ready for our first pitch. And, Andy, it will be Parker Knupp starting this afternoon for the Yetis. as he tries to do some good things. And the leadoff hitter for the Flying Eagles of Southwest Virginia, Ian Perkins, as we're getting ready to go. What's some keys in Game 1 for the Yetis this afternoon?
It's got to be pitching and defense, Tim. This Yetis squad can score runs, but you've got to do the job defensively, and you got to depend on the pitchers to carry a good bit of that load in your competition each week.
No doubt about that. It was just about two and a half hours ago. We were looking at fog, rain, temperatures, in the 50s. And now we are up in, I would say, the upper 50s, low 60s, and we're going to have a nice afternoon on this Friday for baseball.
No doubt about it. It's a perfect afternoon to watch a baseball game here at Cleveland Community in the Athletic Park.
There's a good shot of starting pitcher Parker Knupp. Andy, 6'6", 240 out of Fletcher. There he is, North Carolina. Good shot on your screen. And we are almost ready to go. And I would think Knupp, Andy, probably right there, if not the tallest young man on this 2022 Yeti squad, and we'll see how he gets things going as Ian Perkins will come to the plate to lead off from Christiansburg, Virginia, the 5'11", 160-pounder, and we're almost ready for Yeti men's baseball. Again, great to have you along on this Friday afternoon. Game 1 of this 3-game set. We'll have all 3 for you this weekend live on YouTube on our ClevelandCC streaming YouTube page. As Fletcher is going to come to the plate, or Perkins, as we're ready for pitch number 1.
Perkins bats from the right side, facing the righty Knupp, and the first pitch of the ball game, swung on a miss, strike 1, a fastball from Knupp.
Great shot of the Yeti Athletics Park.
0-1 outside and low, and it's a 1-1 count to the leadoff man, Ian Perkins, the center fielder for the Flying Eagles. Next pitch swung on and missed.
Perkins, Andy, looked like he wanted to put a charge into that one, but he's in the hole 1-2.
High fastball from Knupp. Knupp, a nice delivery for a big guy. And the 1-2 just missed inside. 2-2 count to the leadoff man.
As we mentioned, both these teams looking for their first Region 10 Western victory of the 2022 season. 4-7, the Yetis 0-10-1. Southwest Virginia.
2-2 misses, and we've got a full count to Ian Perkins. Top of the first inning. Payoff pitch coming. Grounded to short. Shortstop's got it. Dug out at first by the first baseman for the Yetis, and one down.
Yeah, it was a nice play to dig that out to get the first out. Good speed that time by Perkins, but he was not able to beat it out. So one down here in the top of the first. And, Andy, that is one of the struggles that the Yetis have had in this really the first 11 games of the year. A lot of walks. I think I was talking to our athletic director, Chris Nandy, and he was talking about over 25 walks in that 3-game series against Catawba Valley, and that's just something you can't do and have success.
No, you can't give up freebies like that, and especially think you're going to win.
There's Jake Taylor.
And the pitch in there. High fastball, strike 1 to Taylor, the second baseman for the Flying Eagles.
He is from Gate City, Virginia.
0-1. Low, and it's 1-1. Partly cloudy skies here at the ballpark at CCC.
I think we're expected, though, to get over 70 this afternoon.
Next pitch fouled out of play. And it's a 1-1 count.
Taylor's the 6'2", 185-pound freshman. Good shot of Jake Taylor. Just underway. Cleveland Community College, Southwest Virginia. Game 1 of this 3-game set this weekend. This game moved up to Friday.
Ground ball to second. A chopper taken by the second baseman, Casiato, and there are 2 outs.
So 2 down quickly. This game, Andy, this 3-game set was originally scheduled 2 for Saturday, 1 on Sunday, but obviously a lot of rain in the forecast to here on Sunday, so it was moved up. Game 1 to this afternoon, and again, great to have you along, as that will bring up Anthony Huchins, the Lebanon, Virginia freshman.
Fastball in there, strike one, and Knupp is humming here, top of the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on. The 0-1 fouled off, and it's 0-2 with 2 down to Hutchins, the shortstop.
Yeah, Anthony Hutchins, as we mentioned, 5'10" and 180.
Next pitch high and inside. 65 now. Tim.
Yeah, it's warmed up quite a bit in the last few hours, and just a beautiful Friday afternoon on the campus of Cleveland Community College.
Pitch is high. Next pitch, just missed.
I've got a full count now. Yes, we do. To Hutchins.
Payoff coming with 2 down. Missed inside, 2 out walk issued to Hutchins.
So 1 on with 2 out for the Eagles, Flying Eagles, and that will bring up Derek Francis, the catcher from Newport Richey, Florida. And they're looking for a big hit from Francis here, Andy, to try to possibly get an early run here for the Flying Eagles.
Francis DH batting for the starting pitcher, Avery Chapin. And the pitch, a high fastball in there, strike one at the letters. The Flying Eagles wearing a sort of a purple jersey here today with gold trim. Next pitch high, throw down to second.
He's going to be safe.
Safe as they got a big jump on the pitcher and a stolen base for Hutchins. He's out second with 2 outs.
Yeah, got to get big jump on Knupp, and so Hutchins in scoring position with 2 outs.
Pitch is in there. Good breaking ball. And
yeah, he didn't like that one. Francis
had a big break on it. Broke high, and then he curved right over the plate. Nice pitch.
Yeti Baseball is here. Our players are raring to go.
Next pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3 for out 3.
So a walk, but no damage, and half an inning in the book. Cleveland Community College coming to bat. And no score with Cleveland Community College, Southwest Virginia. And Andy, want to talk to you a little bit about you've been in a lot of baseball parks, high school, Legion ball through the years, and much, much more. Talk a little bit about this facility, over $2 million facility that opened officially for the regular season 2 weeks ago. What's your thoughts about this facility? I mean, you came and kind of toured it about a month ago. Your thoughts?
I've been very impressed by this facility, Tim. They've done a great job laying out the ballpark. It's a good-sized ballpark. I think not too big and not too small, and it's going to be a great place to watch baseball over the coming years.
Yeah, it really is. We were talking with Chris and Andy, obviously about the grass next year. Obviously will be green with this rye grass, but it really is a beautiful ballpark and a lot of great views for you to watch the game, whether you're kind of to the right of us in your chairs, the bleachers, up there in the VIP section, even kind of back farther down this first base and even third base line. Just a lot of good views to watch the baseball action.
No, it is a great ballpark to watch baseball, and we're excited about some great baseball to come with the Yetis throughout the coming years.
Well, starting pitcher for the Flying Eagles of Southwest Virginia will be Avery Chapin, the 5'10", 165-pounder here this afternoon, Andy, and he will be on the mound for Southwest Virginia. And for the Yetis, batting-wise, we have seen them score some runs this year. They've hit some home runs. They have jumped out on opponents at times. this year, but the bats will be key, obviously, here again this afternoon.
No doubt about it. Be interesting to see how the Yetis approach the right-hander Parker for the Flying Eagles today.
So it will be Kel Sneathan to lead off the RS Central product with Chaffins on the mound.
Right-hander ready to work. Bottom of the first with no score. And the pitch, inside corner, strike one. Sneathan, the center fielder from Rutherford County.
There's a good shot of Chaffins.
Next pitch, fly ball.
It's going to drop in left field.
Yep.
So leadoff hit, and Sneathan's on to start the game. Great way to start for the Yetis. On first, and that will bring up Tyler Casiato, the number 2 batter in the order. And let's see if the Yetis can get off to a great start here this afternoon.
Center fielder Perkins couldn't get to the ball before it dropped in.
Looking at laying down the bunt.
Pitch low and outside, ball one to Casiato, the second baseman. Yetis in the all-black uniforms today. Blue numerals. Throw to first, back safely is Sneathan.
Chaffin from Floyd, Virginia, the starting pitcher this afternoon for Southwest Virginia. There's a good shot of both Chaffin and Casiato.
Pitch inside as the batter Casiato was showing bunt. Chaffin checks a runner at first. And
Runner's going.
the runner takes off, big jump and an easy stolen base for Sneathan.
So Sneathan's in scoring position with no outs, and as we mentioned, obviously Casiato at the plate.
What a jump Sneathan had on that one.
Yeah, he really did.
And he's got a big lead at second base
Yeah,
now.
they had no chance to get him on that steal. There's a good shot of Tyler Casiato.
Pitch is fouled off.
He went off his leg. Yetis, Andy, in that game Tuesday afternoon, 10 runs in the 8th inning, and what was at the time an 8-7 game to Mercy ruling in that game. That was a huge inning, and they'd love to have another one like that to start off this afternoon.
That was an offensive explosion by the Yetis the other day to pick up that win.
It certainly was.
And that was a much-needed win for this program.
No doubt about it.
Breaking ball. Missed high. And Chaffin really wanted that one.
Yeah, it was just outside, or just high, as you said, I should say.
Again, a big lead at second by Sneathan. Chaffin's pitch, swung on him, miss.
And he struck him out with him. That's a big strikeout on a full count pitch. So one down, runner still in scoring position. And that brings up Mike Uber, who believes the first baseman. Uber, Andy, hit a couple of home runs in that Catawba Valley series last weekend up in Hickory.
Hoover actually the third baseman.
Third baseman, excuse me. So let's see if Hoover can get a big base hit here and get an early run on the board for the Yetis.
One out, runner at second, no score.
Here's a shot. Going deep, and it's gone.
Home run for Hoover, and it is 2-0. Yetis just like that.
We talked about Hoover's power. I believe that's home run number 4 on the season, and he cranked it over the left field wall. And you see the celebration going on just across from us in the Yeti dugout. And we talked about, Andy, the bats got rolling. Sometimes you have a game where you have an inning where you get things rolling. It can continue on and get you some momentum, and that's what we're seeing, an early 2-0 lead on the 2-run shot.
Here's Robert Moya, the first baseman, right-handed batter. I really like these black uniforms the Yetis have.
Yeah, I saw them in the series a couple of weekends ago, and certainly one of my favorites of their set.
Ground ball to short, scooped up by the shortstop.
Nice play.
Huchin, he throws out Moya, and there are 2 outs.
And that'll bring up Kyrus Dawson to the plate now with 2 outs. Dawson, Andy, hit the first ever regular season home run against Patrick Henry here 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, I was watching on YouTube that afternoon. Pitch is high ball 1, and if you do watch on YouTube, you certainly have a very good picture to watch the Yetis.
No doubt about it. Getting great shots from our whole production crew here this afternoon.
There's a strike in the inside corner.
And it's certainly great to have you along live this afternoon on YouTube and our ClevelandCC streaming page. Tim Foster and Andy Foster from the Yeti Athletic Park.
Next pitch misses. You know, that YouTube is a great service for communities all over the country to showcase their athletic events and cultural events.
No doubt about it.
Next pitch outside.
Full count now to Dawson, I believe.
Two nothing. With nobody on for Yetis. 2 down. Next pitch fouled off.
Full count. Mike Uber with a 2-run shot has given the Yetis a 2-0 lead, as Andy mentioned, here in the bottom half of the first. Game 1 of a 3-game set. We'll have all 3 games for you on YouTube this weekend.
Next pitch was high, and 2-out walk issued to Dawson.
And Dawson's got good speed, so he's on with 2 outs.
How about it? DH.
There's Darian Munoz.
Darian, the DH, batting for the pitcher Parker Canup.
And let's see if Munoz can keep this inning going with a big hit.
Pitch on the way, runner takes off. Grab ball to short,
Hey,
shortstop boots the ball. And safe at first on the air is Munoz.
And you wonder, Andy, with that runner stealing and Dawson, if that affected the throw a little bit. So now runners first and second with 2 outs, and that's going to bring up the Mooresville, North Carolina native, the left-handed batter Davis Turner, number 5, to the plate with a chance to extend this 2-0 lead.
Turner, the catcher, a left-handed hitter.
Great shot of Davis Turner there.
Here's a pitch.
And both runners, and we'll move.
Yeah. Breaking ball, and the pitcher just didn't even acknowledge the runners there.
Yeah, got the strike, but now you've got 2 runners in scoring position, and a base hit could give the Yetis a nice lead here early this afternoon.
Pitch is low and inside. 2 down, 2 on, 2-0. The Yetis. bottom of the first inning. There's a fastball in there.
Avery Chafin on the mound, and the ball gets away, and a runner's going to come home.
Yep. Got by the pitcher, and it's 3-0 Yetis.
And that is just one of those plays, Andy, where just nonchalant throw gets over the pitcher. Here comes Dawson, and that's one of the if you're a head coach there, or the coaching staff, Southwest Virginia, that'll drive you crazy.
That's another error on the Flying Eagles here in the first.
There you see our score now, 3-0, bottom of the first.
Pitch missed low and outside. Runner at second.
Yetis have got the bats going. We mentioned 10 runs on Tuesday in that 8th inning, and they put up 3 already here in the bottom of the first in this Western Region 10 matchup.
Chavin's pitch fouled off.
And one thing that we're seeing, and you don't want to see if you're Southwest Virginia, a lot of pitches by your starter here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, already Chafin has thrown a bunch of pitches in this first inning. And the pitch swung on a miss, strike 3, 4 out 3. Good start for the Yetis.
3 on the board, 3-0 after 1. You are watching CCC Yeti Baseball live on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. We'll head to the second right after this.
At CCC, we're all about training students for exciting careers. Our Barber Academy is a great example. Did you know jobs for barbers, stylists, and other related fields are increasing? Competition for the best jobs will be strong. With your CCC training, you'll have a definite edge. Our courses give you the skills and knowledge you need to sit for North Carolina's Apprentice Barber exam. To move up the ladder, you need at least 1 year of on-the-job training before you take the state's registered barber exam. If you pass, it's official. You'll be a registered barber. While private barber schools can cost $10,000 or more, CCC makes it affordable. Plus, you can complete our Barber Academy in only 15 months. Now the question is, are you ready to start your journey today?
Yeti Baseball is here. Our players are raring to go and swing for the fences. But Yeti Athletics isn't all that's great about Cleveland Community College. We offer a wide variety of programs for students of all ages. We'll help you train for a new job, gain more skills for a promotion, or get a head start on college credits. We know students learn in different ways. That's why we offer online and in-person classes. CCC, we can help you move forward safely. Visit clevelandcc.edu today and go Yetis.
Well, gorgeous afternoon here at the campus of Cleveland Community College, and you see on the beautiful David and Melissa White scoreboard, good start for the Yetis. They put 3 on the board. They lead 3-0 after 1. Tim Foster, Andy Foster, and Andy, great start for the Yetis.
No doubt about it. A good start with those 3 runs, bottom of the first inning, and the Yetis hope this hit parade will continue throughout the contest here today against the Flying Eagles.
So Parker Knupp on the mound as we start the second inning, and it will be Jordan Mize to lead off for Southwest Virginia. He is the Ellertonville, West Virginia native.
Fastball high, ball 1.
We did see the Eagles get a runner on, but not able to do any damage back in the top of the first.
Pitch fouled off, and it's 1-1.
Saw that 2-run shot from Mike Uber, and then the error led to the Dawson run for the Yetis to get those 3 runs on the board in the bottom of the first.
1-1. Swing on a miss.
Good pitch.
That really had Mize fooled. He swung at it after it was in the catcher's mitt. Low on that pitch.
So here comes a big 2-2 pitch.
Ground ball, slow roller to short. Shortstop's got it. Throw to first.
Great play.
Time. A great play by the shortstop, Sneathen.
What a play by Sneathen. I didn't think they had a shot, Andy, but Sneathen dug it, and what a throw to first to get the first out here in the top half of the second inning, as that will bring up Grayson Capel, the Villa Hills, Kentucky freshman.
That kind of defense that we just saw exhibited by Sneathen will win you ball games, Tim.
Yeah, that's going to help you win some Region 10 games, and you're going to have that. We saw some great defensive plays in that series for both a couple weeks ago for both Cleveland Community College and for Patrick Henry. I believe that first pitch was a ball.
1-0 foul off.
Great to have you live with us on YouTube this afternoon. It's turned into a beautiful Friday afternoon here in Shelby, North Carolina on the campus of Cleveland Community College and Yeti Athletic Park. Game one of this three-game set.
1-1's in there. 1-2 count to Capel, the catcher for the Flying Eagles. Fastball high and inside.
I mentioned Knupp, starting pitcher Parker Knupp, 6'6".
Breaking ball, rolled foul in front of the dugout, left side.
Both these teams have several losses this year, Andy, by multiple losses by one run. Been in games, but have not been able to finish.
Pitch in the dirt from Knupp.
Again, big thanks to our whole production crew this afternoon. Greg Tillman, Justin Roper, Randy Evans, Danny Morton, bringing you the sights and sounds. And that one, Andy, in the dirt.
Yep.
So a couple wild pitches there from Knupp, and Capel is at first with one out. And that's going to bring up Cody DeBoer, Andy, the Salem, Virginia, 6'2", 265-pounder. DeBoer will come to the plate with a chance to try to get a couple of hits strung together for Southwest Virginia, try to cut into this Yeti's lead.
Second walk issued by Knupp. And the pitch, high ball one to Cody DeBoer. First baseman. Pitch fouled off. Both base runners for the Flying Eagles on by walks this afternoon.
As we mentioned, it's turned into a beautiful afternoon now. Temperatures in the 60s. Going to be a little bit colder tomorrow, though. Expecting kind of overcast and highs only in the low to mid 50s for game 2 and 3.
Big cut, swung on and missed. Strike two.
Let's see if Knupp here can get a big strikeout here in the top of the second.
Of course, this series moved up a day for game one. There's a foul behind the plate out of play.
That's right. With rain in the forecast Sunday, everything moved up a day.
Swing on a miss. The next pitch for the strikeout. 2 outs.
2 down. That'll bring up sophomore Andrew Patterson. My apologies. Here's Andrew Patterson from Shady Springs, West Virginia. The 6'2", 225-pounder. See a good shot of him at the plate with 2 out now.
Second strikeout for Knupp.
Looks like a half swing there as he fouled that one off, Patterson. This Southwest Virginia squad, Andy, a lot of players from Virginia, but also a lot, as we mentioned, from West Virginia and Kentucky on their squad here in 2022.
If you look at the map, that southwestern Virginia area is very close to Tennessee and Kentucky. There's a ground ball to short. Sneathen charges, throws to first. 4 out, 3.
Couple nice plays from Kel Sneathen, keeps it 3-0, an inning and a half here in the books at Yeti's Athletic Park, and great to have you along Tim Foster, Andy Foster with you on a what's turned out to be a beautiful, as we said, Friday afternoon. And Andy, I want to talk about baseball. I want to get your thoughts. Let's talk about Major League Baseball. We know 5 months ago the Atlanta Braves won their first World Series since 1995, but the unfortunate aspect right now is we're looking at a possible lockout, a shortened season. You hate to see it. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, you really do hate to see it, and the loser in all of this is the fan, who is not considered a lot these days.
Yeah, we hope that's going to get resolved. Also want to mention, Andy, and you've watched Cleveland Community College and C19. What about 2022, the 40th anniversary of C19 television? Of course, it started as Vision Cable in 1982, but you think about some of the concerts, the sports, the Christmas parades, the graduations, all the events that we've had through the years, the shows. Greg Tillman has done a phenomenal job, and hard to believe, Andy, the C19 is 40 years old.
Yeah, it really is hard to believe that, and kudos to Greg Tillman for all the hard work he's done over the years, making the C19 broadcasting program the very good success it is today.
And Andy, of course, you had the opportunity for many years to be an adjunct instructor in broadcasting, so you've seen that growth through the years, correct?
That is correct, and certainly a pleasure for me when I was teaching here at CCC. This is just a great place to go to school, and it's a great place to be an instructor.
Yeah, we're excited to hear the announcement of the $11 million student center that will be built in 2023. That's going to be a great new facility here, and we'll talk more about that here on the campus of Cleveland Community College. But we're almost ready for the bottom of the second. Andrew Chafin, as we said, is on the mound for Southwest Virginia. And the Yetis had a great bottom of the first as they put 3 on the board. And we are ready for the bottom half of the inning, and Janelle Baroa will lead off for the Yetis here at the bottom half of the second.
Baroa, the right fielder, right-handed hitter. He'll be followed by Jack McKinney and the leadoff batter, Kyle Sneathen.
I said Avery Chafin is the starting pitcher for Southwest Virginia. And he got hit.
Yep, it got him on the elbow. Baroa hit by a pitch, trots to first.
And that's going to bring up number 10, Tico Pereira, Andy. That, I think we had that written down wrong, but that is number 10, Tico Pereira, and not number 1. So Tico Pereira at the plate with Baroa now at first after getting hit on that left arm.
Throw over to first, back safely is Barrera.
Game 2, first pitch scheduled for noon tomorrow. And Game 3 will follow soon after, around 3:30, and we'll have both games for you live on YouTube tomorrow afternoon. This 3-game set versus Southwest Virginia.
Fastball missed inside. Chafin has tried to work the inside corner, but he's just been missing just a tad so far in this ball game.
Yeah, he really has. Just missing. Pereira, of course, the 5'11", 180-pounder from Miami, Florida.
Throw to first, back safely, the runner there. Ferreira looks bigger than 5'11" to me, Tim.
Yeah, we got a great view of him, and you see him on your screen if you're watching off your TV, off your phone, off your computer, on YouTube.
Pitch is fouled off.
And a good crowd here for Friday afternoon, folks. Still coming into the park.
Yes, sir.
A lot of community support for this Yeti baseball program. Yeti girls softball, which is underway at Crest High. And so it's great to see it here as we're into the spring season, slowly getting in there, almost into March.
Throw over to first, back safely is Baroa, I should say.
Yeah, Tico Baroa, the batter hoping to add to this 3-0 Yetis lead.
Chafin's pitch fouled off.
Kel Sneathen on deck. We'll be looking at his second at bat of the game. And again, I go back to the point, Andy, with Avery Chafin. A lot of pitches already in these first 2 innings.
Throw over to first back safely is Baroa.
There's a good shot of the Yetis Athletic Park.
Chafin checks the runner and comes to the plate and is fouled off behind the plate. Out of play.
Good battle going on here. We talked about, Andy, and you got a good view of, we both do, on this first base side, right field side. You run out of room pretty quickly once you get a little farther down that side. We've seen a couple plays made on some pop flies.
Yeah, that wall pops up in a hurry down the right field line.
It really does.
Fastball high. That, I think, was the hardest pitch that Chafin has thrown this afternoon, but it sailed out of the zone.
And a good at bat here. Can Tico get on base?
Again, a throw over to first. Back safely is Baroa. So far, the Yetis have been running against Avery Chafin. And the next pitch.
Hard hit ball. Is it going to stay fair? It does.
Down the right field line into the corner. The runner will hold at third. It's a double.
Great piece of hitting, Andy.
For Faroa.
Faroa fought, and then was able to get that ball and stayed fair down the right field line. Of course, that got the runner to third base. So runner second and third. You got Baroa at third. Or, excuse me, Baroa at second. And my apologies, trying to put Sneathen's obviously at the plate.
Who's on first?
Yeah, I'll get
Who's
it here
on
momentarily.
second?
Yes, exactly. We know Sneathen's at the plate with runner second, third.
Breaking ball, strike one to Sneathen, the leadoff hitter. Sneathen base hit and later scored on that 2-run home run in the first inning.
So Baroa at third and Ferreira at second.
That's what I have.
Yes.
Pitch is low and in the dirt.
Janelle Barrera at third, Tico Pereira at second, and can Kel Sneathen, who's already had some great plays defensively, get a big base hit and add to this 3-0 lead.
Pitch is fouled off out of play left side.
Big story, no outs here in this bottom of the second.
Three nothing. Yetis lead it. Bottom of the second inning. From Cleveland Community College. Here's a pitch. It missed. Outside. Nobody out. Runners second and third. And the pitch, breaking ball swung on a miss. Strike three. Big strikeout.
Yeah, big strikeout by Avery Chafin, the Southwest Virginia starter this afternoon. So now one down, runners second, third. And that's going to bring Tyler Casiato with a chance to get a big base hit and extend this lead. And I would think here, Andy, you'd love to come out with no runs, but if you're the Flying Eagles, no more than one run given up here in the second inning.
Casiato in the first struck out swinging. Second baseman at the plate for the Yetis. And the pitch, a changeup, swung on a miss, strike one.
Good pitch.
And I think the changeup is Chafin's best pitch so far this afternoon.
Yeah, and he's trying to go to it more. He's having some success. Let's see if he's got that second pitch, though, that could stifle some of these Yeti batters who have had success so far.
Pitch missed low on outside. Talking about Major League Baseball, the big story in Atlanta is whether the Braves are going to sign Freddie Freeman.
A lot of unanswered questions, and we're close to what should have been spring training starting.
There's a bunt laid down. Pitcher makes a play, throws to first, and gets the batter for out two. And
yeah, that didn't work the way the Yetis hoped there, Andy.
No, you can't ground it right back to the pitcher.
Trying that squeeze play, but just too much on that bunt. And what was Andy? Two runners second and third, nobody out. It's all of a sudden second and third with two outs.
That's right.
And Southwest Virginia can get out of a big jam here with one more out. There you see our score, 3-0 Yetis, bottom of the second. But can the Eagles get out of what looked like a big mess here? But here's a guy who had a two-run shot back in the first. And Mike Uber.
Mike Uber, the batter, home run, two-run shot in the first. And the pitch, change up, swung on a miss, strike one.
Uber hit that two-run shot over the left field wall. And all of a sudden, Southwest Virginia, Andy, trying to get themselves out of a big jam.
Two down, runners second and third. 0-1 pitch. Popped up, out of play, right side.
Going to go over near the field house VIP section. Andy, I saw you talking with Athletic Director Chris Nanny for the game this afternoon.
Yeah, I was admiring Chris's winter beard.
Yes, he has grown that winter beard.
Says once it gets a little bit warmer, it's coming off.
Yeah.
Pitch is outside.
1-2 count.
1-2. Breaking ball fouled off.
I tell you, you mentioned it. He keeps going to that breaking ball. He's had a lot more success with that pitch.
Yeah, the off-speed stuff has been the success so far for Avery Chafin, the right-hander for the Southwest Virginia Flying Eagles.
We mentioned Southwest Virginia Community College. Great to have you folks up in that area, Cedar Ridge, Virginia, watching this afternoon on YouTube. Great to have you with us for the broadcast.
Fastball just missed low. That was a tough pitch to take.
It really was. I think it was definitely a little bit low, but it was not an easy one to take, as you mentioned, for Uber.
Good eye by Huber.
Mike Huber already the two-run shot. Can he get another big hit? Here in the bottom of the second.
Pitch is popped up on the infield. The shortstop back on the grass has it for out 3.
Southwest Virginia, Andy gets out of a second, third, nobody out, and gives up no runs. 2 in the books. Cleveland Community College Yetis lead Southwest Virginia 3-0. You're watching CCC Yeti Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV.
Hi, I'm Nikki Bliss Carroll, your host for Cleveland Connections, the show that explores what's happening at Cleveland Community College. Join us as we sit down with members of faculty and staff to discuss programs of study, upcoming events, and other exciting campus news. We'll have a new show for you each month on C19 TV, or you can stream us online at c19.tv. Tune in and connect with Cleveland Community College on Cleveland Connections.
Chef Paul Prudhomme once said, "You don't need a silver fork to eat good food." Well, on Cleveland County Kitchen, we don't have a silver fork, but we sure do serve up lots of good food. Hi, I'm Deborah Blanton. I hope you'll join me for the next Cleveland County Kitchen. Each month, we offer a complete farm-to-table experience. We visit local growers, we learn about nutrition, and wrap things up with wonderful meals prepared by our guest chefs. It's a lot of fun. I hope you'll join me for the next Cleveland County Kitchen.
Well, we head to the top of the third, and there you see our score as the Yetis of Cleveland Community College lead Southwest Virginia 3-0. Yetis Athletic Park, great to have you on this Friday afternoon. Tim Foster and Andy Foster. We do head to, as we mentioned, the top half of the third inning, and the Yetis look like they could add to that lead, and the Flying Eagles, a couple of big defensive plays to get out of a little bit of a mess. There you see that bullpen there for the Southwest Virginia squad, and they may have to start thinking about some guys as Andy, as we start this inning. That is Kobe Barnes to start lead off for Southwest Virginia.
Left fielder swings and misses on the first pitch, strike 1.
The Galax Virginia native, 6'1", 185, freshman for Southwest Virginia Community College. The swing and a miss. Parker Knupp still on the mound for the Yetis. Now 0-2 count quickly to Barnes.
Fastball misses.
You mentioned during the break, Andy, that failed bunt attempt really hurt the Yetis in the second.
No doubt about it. It was bunted rather quickly right back to the mound, and it was an easy out.
Swing and a miss. So Knupp with his third strikeout this afternoon in game one, 1 down.
Now batting.
And that's going to bring up Ian Perkins with his second at bat of the game.
Top of the order, Perkins grounded out to short in the first inning. Pitches high, ball 1.
Game 1 of this 3-game set. Andy will be back with me for game 2 tomorrow at noon. The swing and a miss, and then looking forward to getting with our good friend Guy Suttle, who's on our broadcast team for game 3 tomorrow afternoon, a little around 3:30. Next pitch looked inside there, Andy, so it's 1-2.
A lot of sunshine at the ballpark now. Pitch is high. Just a beautiful late winter afternoon that feels
Yes.
like the middle of spring.
Yes, it's turned in winter this morning, spring this afternoon. He got him.
On the inside corner, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Knupp. 2 down.
That'll bring up Jake Taylor. And Taylor's going to foul the first one off.
Knupp has struck out 4 now. Parker.
Oh, man, he went high for that one. And that is a strikeout. So, Andy, that is officially the strikeout. So what happened on that play, let's redo that. As the batter that time, Perkins, thought that that was strike two. It was strike three. It was strike two. He came back and then just struck out.
Okay.
So now officially number 4 strikeout. And we've got a little early, a little confused. Here's Taylor now.
I recorded it early, but it came true. It did not mess up my scorebook.
No, it's official now. So our 4th strikeout. We're still throwing some of the cobwebs off as well this afternoon.
Jake Taylor, the batter.
His second at bat this afternoon.
Grounded out to second in the first inning. 3-0 Yetis. Top of the 3rd inning.
Good pitch.
Fastball from the Yeti pitcher, Parker Canup.
Did he go there? No, did not. Good call there.
Canup trying to get Taylor to go after the inside pitch.
He's going to walk him.
2-out walk issued to Taylor.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, if Southwest Virginia had a hit in this game yet, it should have been all their base runners off walks.
No hits so far.
So 1 on 2 outs, and we'll bring up Houchins, the Lebanon, Virginia native, with 2 outs and 1 on.
Houchins walked in the first inning. And he fouls off the first pitch, strike 1.
During the half inning, Andy, we'll talk a little bit about this Region 10 and how it's looked in the first couple of weeks of the season.
There's a breaking ball in there.
Let's see if Canup can get strikeout number 5 and get out of this top of the 3rd inning. And
pitch swung on and missed.
Yep, strike 2.
Runner takes second base with no throw there. So Taylor at second with 2 outs.
A base hit could get him home. Try to cut into this lead, but now, as you mentioned, 2 strikes.
Pitch is popped up on the infield. Shortstop Sneathen's got it. 4 out 3.
So 2.5 in the books as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 3-0 Cleveland Community College lead over Southwest Virginia Community College. Tim Foster, Andy Foster, great to have you live on YouTube this afternoon. I want to remind you to check out CCC's Continuing Education Department. They offer classes to help you find a job and to help you just have fun. Take a class in cake decorating, pottery, painting, and more. So many wonderful classes that are going to be offered in the month of March, April, and through the summer. You can check out the complete list, of course, is at ClevelandCC.edu. Andy, when we talk about Region 10 and the western part of Region 10, one of the pretty remarkable stories has been year 1. What about Gaston College, Andy? In year 1, 12-0, they've started out. We've seen, of course, Patrick Henry, Catawba Valley. A lot of people have put them up at the top. Certainly the Yetis want to get up there, but some great teams in this Region 10.
Yeah, and that Gaston team is really rolling, and they're under the direction of the former Duke basketball great Gene Banks.
Speaking of basketball, as we switch sports, as you see our score heading to the bottom of the 3rd, if you hadn't checked it out, a really great documentary on the history with ACC tournaments, about 2 weeks away. There's a great one on that, including a guy that a lot of people know around here, David Thompson, and you saw him play in high school. You followed his career in college and beyond, and he'll be talked about forever, I think. Andy, you agree?
No doubt. He's the best player I ever saw, and that includes everybody, including the NBA people I've seen on TV. Thompson, the best basketball player of all time, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, back to baseball. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, and to lead off the bottom of the 3rd is Robert Moya with the Yetis leading 3-0 over Southwest Virginia. There's Moya, a good shot of him at the plate.
Moya grounded out in the first.
This is a rocket in the air. And easy play on the infield there for 1 out.
Popped out to second.
So that'll bring up Kyrish Dawson with 1 down quickly. I believe Dawson walked his first at bat, did he not?
He did, and later scored the 3rd run of the inning. Pitch is fouled off right side, strike 1.
Kyrish Dawson, who is having a solid season so far for this Yetis men's baseball squad.
The 0-1. This is outside. 1-1 count with 1 out.
Avery Chafin, who has thrown a lot of pitches but still on the mound, and he has gotten out of what could have been even more trouble so far in this game.
Yeah.
Yetis have had chances to extend this lead.
Pitch fouled off. And I tell you, Chafin with his off-speed stuff has kept the Yetis off balance since the first inning.
Yeah, well, he's been able to have a little more control with that pitch, and you can see a good shot of him there. He's had success with that. There's a base hit. Boy, the second baseman, Andy, had a shot, but it just went over his glove, and Dawson's on for the second time today.
So an out single for Dawson. And here's the DH, Darren Munoz, on by an error in the first inning.
So Dawson at first with 1 out. Yetis, I should say, have had runners on all 3 innings.
Throw to first, back safely is Dawson.
Be interesting to see if Dawson, Andy, he's got good speed. He tries to get into scoring position with a steal here opportunity.
Throw to first, back safely, Dawson. Flying Eagles trying to keep the runners a little bit closer than the first inning when base running really hurt them.
Yeah, made a couple of infield mistakes. There he goes.
Throw to second. Safe. Stolen base for the Yetis.
We talked about the speed of Kyrish Dawson. You saw it there, and he's in scoring position with 1 out. Let's see if Munoz can get a big base hit here to drive him in.
Big run at second base for the Yetis, up 3-0.
Yeah.
Looking for more here.
Trying to win their first Western Region 10 game of the year and their 5th overall.
Pitch fouled off behind the plate.
More and more fans, Andy, continuing to come into the park. As we mentioned, it's turned into a beautiful afternoon, as you can see behind us here on the campus of Cleveland Community College, Yetis Athletic Park. Great to have you along live on YouTube. And if you're watching the rebroadcasts on C19 TV, as we mentioned, C19 celebrating 40 years here in 2022. And again, Andy Chafin really keeping his eye on Dawson. There's
a pitch. Fouled off again.
Yeah, just got a piece of that one. Southwest Virginia last weekend had a 3-game series with Wake Tech. And lost all 3, and 2 of those were very close losses.
Is that Wake Tech?
Winston-Salem, yeah.
Okay. I thought it was in North Carolina.
You are correct. There's a good shot of Avery Chafin, the starting pitcher for the Eagles.
Fouls it off, hangs in there.
See, these Yeti batters, Andy, have really battled on some of these at-bats and that have led to walks and base hits. A lot of at-bats. And this game 1, really working the pitcher.
Chafin checks the runner at second. Gonna throw back to second. Safe at the base. One out, Dawson at second base, and it's 3-0. Yetis in front of the Flying Eagles. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Chafin's pitch. Misses.
It's a good shot of both Chafin and Munoz. Big pitch coming here.
There's the pitch. Fly ball.
Caught.
Center field and 2 outs.
Big out. Now 2 down with runner in scoring position. And that will bring up the left-handed batter, Davis Turner.
Turner struck out swinging to end the bottom of the 1st inning. Pitch to Turner.
Straight up, the pitcher's got a shot at this, Andy.
Foul territory. Nope, gives way to the third baseman who comes in and makes the catch for out 3.
So the Eagles get out of some trouble again, and after 3, it's the Yetis of Cleveland Community College 3, Southwest Virginia 0. You're watching CCC Yeti Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. We'll be back right after this.
Between your job, your family, and other demands on your time, life can get pretty hectic. So we want you to take time for yourself. Hi, I'm Jennifer Harrell, and I want you to join me for your health. Each month, the Cleveland County Health Department and C19 TV will explore topics that affect you and your family's health. We'll discuss the importance of exercise, a healthy diet, and regular health screenings and checkups. From fitness tips to warning signs to the latest healthcare news. For Your Health will help keep you in shape and up to date in Cleveland County. We want you to be your best, so join us each month for Your Health, right here on Spectrum Cable and online, c19.tv.
Well, we head to the top of the fourth inning. Great shot of the American flag. Our scoreboard here, Yetis Athletic Park. Yetis lead Southwest Virginia 3-0. And Derek Francis, Andy, will lead off here in the top half of the fourth.
Francis, 0-for-1. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Yeah, the pitch. Grounded.
Just foul, third base side. Just went foul. That was close on that third base side.
So an 0-1 count to Derek Francis, the DH, batting for the pitcher Chafin.
On deck will be Jordan Mize.
0-1 fastball in there. Quickly 0-2 to Francis.
There's a good shot of Parker Knupp, starting pitcher for the Yetis this afternoon.
Fastball misses. I tell you, Knupp's got major league size at 6'6".
No doubt about it. And runner goes, Andy.
He swung and missed, and the throw down to first for the put out as the ball got away.
So another strikeout for Parker Knupp. One down here, top half of the fourth inning. As we mentioned, both these teams looking for their first Western Region 10 victory of the year, and the Yetis off to a great start. As Jordan Mize will come to the plate, the Ellisonville, West Virginia freshman, 6'4", 200-pounder.
That is the fifth strikeout for Knupp.
It was called a ball.
One-0.
There's a base hit into left field.
And that is the first hit of the ball game for the Flying Eagles.
Nice piece of hitting for Mize.
Catcher. Grayson.
And that'll bring up Grayson Cable, the Villa Hills, Kentucky native. And so runner is at first with one out, and the first base hit of the game, as Andy mentioned, here is in the top half of the fourth.
Pitching there, strike one to Capel. Walked in the second.
Good pitch.
Fastball to the knees. Quickly 0-2 to Capel, the catcher. Oh, 2 missed high. Knupp trying to get him to go after that high fastball. One, two.
Good pitch.
Swung on and missed. Strike three. 6 strikeouts for Knupp.
So 2 down. As you see our score, 3-0. Cleveland Community College over Southwest Virginia, top of the fourth. And that will bring up Cody DeBoer with his second at bat this afternoon.
DeBoer struck out swinging in the second. And the pitch swung on him. Missed. Strike one.
Knupp a couple of walks, Andy, but for the most part, really good control. You mentioned he's just giving up that one hit that just happened minutes ago.
0-1.
There's a base hit.
Base hit.
And he just kind of did a half swing there, did a great job of getting that out into center field, and DeBoer on, and all of a sudden the tying run's going to come to the plate with 2 outs in the form of Andrew Patterson. So a couple of big hits, and Andy, here's a chance for the Eagles to get right back in this game.
Yep. Patterson grounded out to end the second inning for the Flying Eagles, but with 2 down, Southwest Virginia trying to cook something up here in the fourth. Pitch is high, ball 1.
First time they've had a base runner in scoring position, I believe, this afternoon.
Next pitch, swung on a miss. 0-2 with 2 outs to Patterson.
If you're just joining us on YouTube, the Yetis 3 on the board in the first inning, and have had some chances in the second, third inning. Couldn't get them across, and now Southwest Virginia, with a couple of runners on 2 outs, trying to cut into this lead.
0-2.
Good pitch.
Actually, that was a 1-1.
Yeah, 1-2, so a strike away from Canup and the Yetis getting out of this here in the top of the fourth.
One, two.
Ooh.
Sailed high.
Yep.
2-2. 2 outs. Runners first and second for the Flying Eagles. Top of the fourth.
He got him.
Struck out the side for out 3.
Big strikeout. 7 strikeouts for Parker Canup. 4.5 in the books. Or 3.5 in the books, I should say, and it's still a 3-0 Cleveland Community College Yetis lead over Southwest Virginia. Game 1 this afternoon of this 3-game set on a beautiful Friday afternoon. And we want to remind you to check out the College and Career Readiness Program at Cleveland Community College. It offers adult high school GED prep classes to help you earn your high school diploma. Classes are free and offered in both day and evening formats. Call 704-484-4050 to check out the orientation schedule and certainly to finish what you have started. So, Andy, we saw Canup. You mentioned 6'6", big young man. Talk about the job he's done. Yeah, he gave up a couple of hits in that inning. He's given up a couple of walks, but I think a solid performance for this young man so far this afternoon.
Yeah, he struck out the side here top of the fourth inning, and he has now 6 strikeouts. Actually, 6 strikeouts in the ball game.
So that was strikeout number 6, not number 7, but it's a big one. And Andy, what's been the difference with Southwest Virginia starting pitcher Chafin after that first inning? What's been the difference with his pitches and having a little more success?
Well, he has been changing speeds on the Yetis, and they've had problems figuring it out since in the first inning here this afternoon.
No doubt about that, and he is still warming up and on the mound. Great to have you again on YouTube. We'll have all 3 games this weekend. Me and Andy will be back with you at noon tomorrow for Game 2, and then I'll be with Guy Suttle for Game 3 around 3 or 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, and we're looking for another nice day, maybe a little bit cooler, but a great day to come to the park. And if you can't, of course, check us out live on our ClevelandCC streaming YouTube channel as we are ready for the bottom half of the 4th inning, and Janelle Baroa will lead off here for the Yetis.
Baroa hit by a pitch in the second inning. He's only at bat so far. And the pitch.
That's down the third base line. He's going to go for 2.
And it's a leadoff double for Baroa.
It just stayed fair by third base, and Baroa slipped a little bit, Andy, coming around first, but had plenty of time to get the leadoff double. So he's on twice, and just like that, he is in scoring position with nobody out. And a big hit to start this bottom half of the 4th inning. And, of course, that's going to bring up Tico Pereira with nobody out.
Pereira doubled in the second, but was left stranded. Pitch is low, ball 1.
Baroa placed that one perfectly on that hit. Past third base and out into left field.
Pitch low and inside.
And the catcher, Andy, wants to talk with Chafin. There's seemed to be some confusion on that pitch. And his pitch count, as we mentioned, is really starting to climb here this afternoon in Game 1.
Yeah, he faced 7 batters in that first inning and threw a lot of pitches.
2-0 count now to Tico Pereira with a runner at second. And the Yetis leading at 3-0.
Fastball swung on a miss. Looking forward to Guy Settle joining our broadcast tomorrow afternoon, Tim.
Yeah.
Former head coach, baseball coach at Shelby High, won a state title.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to Guy about that, relive some of those memories from 2001, right? I believe it was.
Yeah. Pitch in there at the knees.
It was a late call.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a good call, but a little late. But Tico getting the discussion. 2-2 count now.
Yeah, I was there that afternoon for that state title. Dan Greer, the late Dan Greer, and I.
Greer and the umpire having a discussion, Andy. Now he's back at the plate.
There's the pitch. Fly ball to shortstop.
Easy out.
One down.
The Yetis, Andy, have had a runner in scoring position in all 4 innings here this afternoon, but you got to give Southwest Virginia credit. They've been able to make some big defensive plays and not let them extend this lead, as that will bring up Kel Sneathen to the plate in his 3rd at bat.
Sneathen 1 for 2, base hit, and scored in the 1st inning. The leadoff batter.
So runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Now you see our score, 3-0 Yetis lead.
Base hit will probably score a run here.
Thinking about to bunt. Runner's going to go to 3rd on the steal, and he's safe. Boy, that was the bunt seemed to throw that infield off a little bit, Andy, of the Eagles, and nice job as Baroa steals 3rd, and he's at 3rd now with 1 out.
Pitch is fouled off by Sneathen. Avery Chapin all the way on the mound for Southwest Virginia this afternoon.
Saw Sneathen with a couple of nice defensive plays in the infield early in this game. He's got a chance with a base hit to add to this lead.
Pitch is low. We've had some breeze at time, but it's pretty still at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a pretty breezy at the park earlier today, but as you mentioned, it's really calm right now.
Pitch is fouled off, out of play.
Sneathen staying alive. Sneathen, as we mentioned, Andy, played at RS Central High School. 5'10", 175-pounder. RS has had a lot of great baseball programs through the years.
Really have. Pitch missed. And also a good Legion program over in Rutherford County.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Had some great squads through the years.
Sneathen played Legion baseball for the Rutherford County squad.
Yes. Just got a piece of that one.
Just got it.
See the Yetis, as we mentioned, in their black jerseys, the blue numerals with a little green trim around those numerals. Great shot this afternoon, and again, great to have you along live on YouTube on the beautiful Friday afternoon in late February.
The pitch.
Yeah, went over the third baseman's glove.
Base hit left field. RBI for Sneathen, and it's 4-0. Yetis.
Third baseman had a shot, Andy, but it was hit like a rocket, and he just couldn't bring it in. And Sneathen again, he's had a great game. He's at second, and it's a 4-0 lead here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. You see our score now. The 4-run lead. And that will bring up Tyler Casiato with one out and another runner in scoring position in Sneathen.
Casiato 0 for 2. He is struck out swinging and grounded out to the pitcher.
There's a runner going to third.
Throw's not in time. Stolen base for Sneathen. He's at third with one out.
And the Yetis aggressive in this inning. Sneathen able to keep that hand on third base as he was coming across. See a good shot of Cal. Good speed, and we've seen Yetis be very aggressive this afternoon. Coach Dawson doing a great job coaching this squad, and now runner at third with still just one out.
Pitch missed low and outside. Yetis 4. Flying Eagles of Southwest Virginia Community College, nothing. Bottom of the fourth.
Clarification on that first pitch, it was called a strike. I never got much of an indication by our home plate umpire, but it apparently was called a strike.
0-1's in the dirt, and a good stop by the catcher, Capel.
And you wonder how much longer we're going to see Chafin here. His pitch count. It'll be interesting to see if we see him come back in the fifth. A lot of it may be depending on what happens the rest of, obviously, this bottom of the fourth. But the Yetis trying to extend this 4-0 lead. A base hit certainly would do it.
Pitches.
Runner's going to tag here.
A fly ball.
Here he comes.
Tag from third. And the throw not in time, and it's 5-0 Yetis.
Good piece of hitting by Casiato to get the sac fly, and 5-0 lead. Yetis in control now here in the bottom half of the fourth with two outs, and just a great piece of hitting there by Casiato.
Yeah, he got the ball in the air, deep enough to score the run, and a couple of big insurance runs for the Yetis here in the fourth inning.
Here's Mike Huber. Yeah, we know Huber, and he had that two-run shot his first at bat.
He popped out to short in the second. Ground ball to short, and the throw to first, 4 out, 3.
Couple of more big runs for the Yetis, 4 in the books, and Cleveland Community College leads Southwest Virginia 5-0. You're watching CCC Yeti Baseball live on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV.
Between your job, your family, and other demands on your time, life can get pretty hectic. So we want you to take time for yourself. Hi, I'm Jennifer Harrell, and I want you to join me for your health. Each month, the Cleveland County Health Department and C19 TV will explore topics that affect you and your family's health. We'll discuss the importance of exercise, a healthy diet, and regular health screenings and checkups. From fitness tips to warning signs to the latest healthcare news. For Your Health will help keep you in shape and up to date in Cleveland County. We want you to be your best, so join us each month for Your Health, right here on Spectrum Cable and online, c19.tv.
Welcome you back into Yetis Athletic Park. We start the top of the 5th inning, and first pitch is high. Yetis in control, 5-0 in this game 1 of a 3-game set with Southwest Virginia. And, Andy, we see Parker Knupp still on the mound.
Colby Barnes leading it off for Southwest Virginia. And the count 1-1. Barnes struck out looking in the 3rd inning. He'll be followed by Perkins and Taylor. And the pitch swung on a miss, strike 2.
And as we mentioned, as we said as we went to the break, and during the break, a couple of big runs there for the Yetis. I think you would agree.
Yeah, big insurance runs in for the Yetis. Last half of the 4th inning. Pitch is high.
Which mentioned Barnes is the 6'1", 185-pound freshman from Galax, Virginia. And hello to our viewers watching from Virginia today. And good pitch, Andy, and it's 2-2 now.
Galax, Virginia, the home of some great Virginia apples.
Yes, they are. I didn't think about that. Another strikeout. And Knupp, Andy, I believe, is that number 7 this afternoon? Parker Knupp has got the shutout going. He's given up just 2 hits. And he gets another big strikeout. So 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning. As we mentioned, this is game 1 of a 3-game set. Everything moved up with the rain in the forecast on Sunday. So we'll have game 2 for you at noon tomorrow live on YouTube. And game 3 will follow not too long after that, around 3:30.
Ian Perkins, the batter, the leadoff hitter, 0 for 2. Grounded out and struck out.
And that first pitch was a strike inside corner.
Pitch misses.
Really like how the Yetis offensively have been aggressive on the bases as well in this game 1 today.
And it's paid off for them for sure. There's a strike.
That's a good pitch to Perkins. Ian Perkins, Christian Berg, Virginia native.
Pitch is high, and it's a full count, I believe, to
yes,
Perkins. Payoff coming.
That
Just
was
outside.
Yeah, 2-2 there.
It was a 2-2 now.
Yep,
got
full
the
count.
full.
We have seen Knupp walk a few batters. See if he can get out of here with a strike. Oh, my goodness. And that hit something, Andy. I hope it wasn't his helmet. I think it might have been the bat. But nonetheless, it is going to be ball 4.
Sound like it hit his helmet.
It had to hit his helmet. Obviously, hits the bat. It's a foul ball, so he's okay.
So
good to
Perkins hit by a pitch at first.
Good to see that he's okay there heading to first.
Yeah, that was a hard fastball from Knupp.
So Perkins, good shape at first, and he's on with 1 out. And that will bring up Jake Taylor.
Taylor 0 for 1 with the walk.
There's the 6'6" starter, Parker Knupp. Great shot of him on your screen. And now there's Taylor with 1 on, 1 out.
Pitch is check swing, grounder to second, throw to first.
You got him.
In time.
Just got him. Runner moves to second in the form of Taylor, but he's in scoring position with 2 outs now. That was a slow roller, Andy, and ended up being a real close play.
Yeah, well, it was a tough play and a good play by the second baseman to get him. So 2 outs, runner at second, and here is Anthony Houchins. 0 for 1 with a walk. The pitch, high and inside, ball 1. Good defense today by the Yetis, Tim.
Yeah, they have. They've had a couple of games where errors have hurt them early in the season, but they have been solid here today and in great shape with a 5-0 lead here in the top of the 5th.
Pitch is swung on a miss.
Good pitch.
Runner at second, 2 outs for the Flying Eagles. Top of the 5th inning. Pitch fouled off for a strike.
Parker Knupp, Andy with 2 outs. Let's see if he can get strikeout number 8. On a beautiful afternoon here at Yetis Athletic Park, partly cloudy skies.
The pitch just missed for Parker Knupp.
Runner in scoring position for the Eagles, but 2 outs. They got him.
Yep. 8th strikeout for out 3.
4.5 in the books, and Cleveland Community College in control, 5-0 over Southwest Virginia. We want to take another moment to recognize our generous Yeti Club members. We want to thank those folks who are at the South Mountain level. And big thanks to Kevin and Amy Bridges. Big thanks to Chris and Danielle Nanny. Of course, Chris, our athletic director here at Cleveland Community College. Dr. Becky Sane. Becky had a birthday just a couple of weeks ago. Big thanks to Travis and Stacy Walker. Dr. Nick and Janice Weebelhouse. Big thanks to those folks. And Renee Wilson of Wilson Hill Farms as well. And I tell you, Andy, as we talked about at Cleveland Community College, for this facility, for a lot of the programs, for a lot of folks that are in the Yeti Club, it takes a lot of people in the community that invest in a program. Yeti men's baseball, Yeti girls softball, Yeti cross country, men and women's, and we have seen that over the last several years since Yeti Athletics kicked off 3 years ago.
That's right, and without community support, nothing would happen here at Cleveland Community College as far as athletics are concerned. And what a beautiful facility here now, the baseball facility here at Cleveland Community College.
Yeah, we've seen a lot going on. The advanced manufacturing building underway. We talked about the student center that will break ground in 2023. And Andy, you remember the days of course, when the Bailey Center came along with the broadcasting facilities, and just an unbelievable amount of growth over the last 10 to 15 years on this campus.
Yes, it is. I started teaching here before the Bailey building, back when everything was in the main building up there. And, of course, the Bailey building, a spectacular facility for broadcasting and nursing.
We head to the bottom half of the 5th, and Robert Moya will lead off. Yetis in control, 5-0. And here we go in the bottom of the 5th. And first pitch, I believe, is a strike to Moya. Robert Moya.
Moya is 0 for 2. He has grounded out and popped out.
Chafin's still in there.
Breaking ball in there.
Yeah, good pitch. And that is, no doubt about it, as you mentioned, that's been his best pitch. But he's certainly in a big hole, and so are the Eagles, down 5-0, bottom of the 5th.
Pitch is outside. One and two to Moya.
Moya, and he had a home run in that Catawba Valley series last weekend up at Hickory. You've done some games up there through the years.
A lot of games up there. And the pitch is swung on a miss. Strike 3. Moya down swinging, 1 out.
Nice pitch as Chafin gets the strikeout. Avery Chafin. And that's going to bring up Kyrus Dawson, who has had a nice game. I believe Dawson, Andy's already been on base twice this afternoon.
That is the 4th strikeout for the pitcher.
Yeah, Chafin.
Chafin. There's a strike. Strike 1 to Dawson. Dawson walked and scored in the first and base hit in the 30s. 1 for 1 today. Breaking ball. Blowing inside.
Friday afternoon baseball here at the Yetis Athletic Park. And, of course, we'll have games 2 and 3 for you tomorrow afternoon.
Breaking ball in there. That is a great shot right there, Tim.
It really is. Our whole crew getting you some unbelievable shots all over this facility.
Fouled off.
Kyrus, Andy, a great athlete. We've seen the damage he does when he gets on base.
He can maneuver for sure.
There's a good shot of Avery Chafin.
Pitch outside. Of course, baseball today on YouTube, and a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon right here.
Looking forward to it. We'll be on a little before noon for Game 2 on YouTube.
Pitch in the dirt.
Check out the rebroadcast on C19 TV on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, and some Saturday and Sunday afternoon rebroadcast throughout the season. That'll go from now until May.
Pitch is high.
And he's on base again. I believe that's 3 times.
Yep.
Kyrus Dawson, another walk, and so he's at first with 1 out. There's Darian Munoz with 1 out, 1 on. Yet he's already a 5-0 lead. As we mentioned, the Yetis came in 4-7 overall, 0-6 in Region 10 play. So as we talked about, this is a big game to try to get that first Region 10 victory.
Throw it to first. It was a close play, but safe at first.
Dawson was leaning. Fortunate to get back.
You know, it was 0 for 2 on by an error and popped out to center field. Again, a throw over to first, back safely is Dawson.
We've seen Dawson, I believe, Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's already got 2 stolen bases as well. He's been on base 3 times, 2 stolen bases. He scored a run. So he's somebody they're certainly going to try to see if they can pick off. There's a shot.
Center field. And
caught
up on the
ooh,
edge of the grass.
Munoz just missed that one, and he knew he just missed it out into center. So 2 down now with a runner at first, and that will bring up Davis Turner.
A little bit of a breeze blowing out. That would have been out of here, Tim.
Yeah, it would have. It would have carried out. It could have been the second homer we had seen here in Game 1. There's our score, 5-0 Yetis, bottom of the 5th, in control. Still a long way to go, though, and chance with a runner at first. Turner would love to get a big hit and keep this inning going.
Throw over to first, back safely is Turner.
That's Dawson at first.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Dawson. Chafin.
Runner's going.
Pitch. Pitch outside and stolen base.
That's his 3rd of the game, and what a game that Kyrus Dawson is having. He's in scoring position now with 2 outs. He has been a big challenge for the Southwest Virginia defense in Game 1.
Pitch is long inside to Turner.
Turner, Andy, from, as we mentioned, Mooresville.
A lot of good baseball in the Mooresville area over the years.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed, Andy, about Chafin starting to slow down. In between deliveries, he has thrown a lot of pitches.
There's a pitch outside. There goes the runner to third. Dawson is safe. Another stolen base.
What a game by Kyrus Dawson this afternoon, on getting on base and then running the bases.
4 stolen bases today.
Hi.
What a job he has done.
Chafin's pitch.
This is a deep shot into right.
Right fielder over, makes the catch near the line for out 3.
5 innings in the books, and the Yetis still in control, 5-0 over Southwest Virginia. You're watching CCC Yeti Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Steve Putnam, and I'd like to invite you to join me for the next Talk of the Town. Each week I get to meet with some of the most interesting people in Cleveland County, and each show is packed with information you need to know to stay connected to our community. From promoting upcoming events to discussing local subjects that impact you, Talk of the Town has a little something for everyone. Plus, we're on every day, so it's easy to catch up with us. That's Talk of the Town, every day, every week, right here on C19 TV, Cleveland County's channel.
Hi, I'm Tim Foster from C19 TV Sports. Join us each month for Yeti Tracks right here on C19 TV. Each month we talk to the players and the coaches of Yeti Athletics, including cross country, Yeti's boys baseball, and Yeti's girls softball. We break down the matchups, the conferences, the games, and the events that make Yeti sports so special. Stay informed with Yeti Athletics right here on Yeti Tracks each month. Join us right here on C19 TV and online at c19.tv. Hey, we're back. And sometimes you get caught off guard coming out of the break there, Andy. From time to time, Tim Foster, Andy Foster, Yeti's Athletic Park, and Andy threw 5 innings. It's been all Yetis. Talk about this job not only with the bats, stolen bases, but defensively. It's been very impressive for Cleveland Community College so far.
It has. The Yetis have been very aggressive on the base pass today. I think they know what's at stake in this series. They've got to get cranked up.
Yeah, got to get some momentum.
Yep, no doubt about it.
And excuse me, we're going to have a new pitcher on the mound for the Yetis as we saw Parker Canup do a great job, and we're going to check out who the new pitcher is here momentarily, and that looks like number 33. And we'll check that here momentarily, but Andy, I believe that is Quentin Romo. It is the right-hander from Royal Palm Beach, Florida. So Quentin Romo, the new pitcher in, and your thoughts, Andy, about Canup, his job that he did through 5 innings.
Yeah, he had a very solid effort on the mound today. His fastball working to perfection, and he just completely shut down the Southwest Virginia bats here today.
I think he had 8 strikeouts in his 5 innings. So Quentin Romo will come in here in the top of the 6th with a 5-0 Yetis lead, and he wants to continue certainly what Canup did through those 5 innings of play, and of course that will kick off the top of the 6th for Southwest Virginia. Coming to the plate will be number 1 at the plate, and that is Derek Francis, who I believe is the starting catcher. Francis leading off here in the 6th.
And Francis 0 for 2. He struck out swinging twice this afternoon.
At the bottom of this inning, we will talk about our upcoming YouTube, live YouTube and home schedule of games that you can check out, including coming up tomorrow and in the weeks ahead.
There's a fly ball.
Easy out.
Shallow shortstop.
So 1 down, 1 pitch, 1 down for the Yetis.
Sneathen makes the catch.
And here comes Jordan Mize to the plate with 1 down.
Now batting, right fielder.
Mize 1 for 2. He had a base hit in the 4th inning.
There's Romo. Great shot of Quentin Romo, who's now in on the mound for the Yetis.
Romo, another good size right-hand pitcher. Pitch is fouled off, strike one.
The Flying Eagles still just 2 hits in this game as well.
Right. Next pitch misses. Breaking ball in there.
Good pitch. Grayson Capel on deck for Southwest Virginia.
Breaking ball.
Great pitch.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Another strikeout and 2 down quickly here in the top of the 6th. And a great pitch by Romo. 2 down here quickly in the 6th. And as we mentioned, that will bring up Grayson Capel, the catcher.
9 strikeouts for Yeti pitching this afternoon.
Excellent job. There's a good shot of Grayson Capel.
Steps in with 2 outs, nobody on. Romo with the pitch. Fastball, strike 1. Oh, 1 swung and he missed. 0-2 with 2 outs to Capel. The 0-2 change up inside. That was a nice pitch from Romo, but didn't get the call.
Good job of Capel to take that one as well.
One, 2. Low. 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on for the Flying Eagles. Top of the 6th inning. Two-two. Or 3-2. Missed outside.
Boy, Romo wanted that one, Andy. Just outside. And
now batting, first baseman, Cody DeBoer.
So Cody DeBoer is going to come to the plate. 2 out now, 1 on, I should say, with the Capel walk. So DeBoer at the plate. And Southwest Virginia certainly knows they need some runs to try to cut into this Yetis lead.
Pitch swung and a miss, strike 1. DeBoer, 1 for 2. He had a base hit in the 4th inning.
There have been several Eagles that have gotten on by the way of the walk. But just a couple of hits in this game. Yetis pitching has been solid in game 1. Good stop. Remember that opening series 2 weeks ago, Andy, we talked about it. The Yetis lost all 3 games to Patrick Henry by 1 run. And they had a shot. Now, every one of those games late. A couple of plays here or there made the difference.
Throw over the first runner, safe there. Yeah.
That was a great series all the way around.
It was a great series, and the Yetis just couldn't break through against a top 10 team in junior college baseball. Breaking ball inside corner.
Good pitch.
Strike.
So I think it's a 1-2 count.
Swings and misses on the pitch. Ball gets away from the catcher. Throw to first for the foot out. 4 out 3.
5.5 in the books, and the Yetis stay in control as they lead Southwest Virginia 5-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. There's our score through 5.5 innings. And, hey, let's take a look at our home schedule of live YouTube action. You can check out on our ClevelandCC streaming page. And, Andy, there you see we got 2 tomorrow afternoon, of course, at noon and 3:30 with Southwest Virginia. Next weekend we'll be back here for doubleheaders Saturday and one on Sunday with Guilford Tech, a solid team. Erskine College later on in March, Surrey County. I believe as we head on into April, I believe Gaston County is somewhere in that mix. That might be a couple of games that we don't have on the updated graphic. But, Andy, what about that series with Catawba Valley, another top 25 team? They'll come here. That's a big series in early April.
It really is, and the weather is going to be warming up by then, and we need to have a big home crowd in here to support the Yeti against Catawba Valley when they come to town.
Yeah, Catawba Valley, of course, beat the Yetis up in Hickory. All 3 games, swept them. A couple of close games, but a couple of games where they pulled away late and won that. And Andy, again, I want to talk about this facility. As you see, a lot of great shots. As we see a brand new pitcher, Reed Underwood will be the starting pitcher, or the pitcher, I should say, in the 6th now for the Eagles. But you think about a lot of teams in this Region 10 that have to play away from their campus. How special is it, Andy, to get to play right here on your campus, such as the case with Cleveland Community College?
Yeah, you play right on your campus, and you play in such a great facility on top of that. It's not out here behind the barn somewhere.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So Reed Underwood will be the new star. You saw a shot of him here a few minutes ago. Underwood is the 6-foot, 180-pounder from Reiner, Virginia. And, Andy, he comes in for Avery Chafin. And Chafin, breaking ball pretty good, but struggled otherwise this afternoon.
Yes, he did. And we'll see what the new pitcher, Mr. Underwood, can do against the Yeti batting order.
So Underwood comes in the bottom of the 6th with Cleveland Community College in control, 5-0 lead. And Janelle Baroa will lead off here in the bottom of the 6th for the Yetis.
Baroa is 0 for 1. Had a double and scored a big run in the 4th inning. Pitcher's high, ball 1 from the right-hander, Underwood.
Tico Pereira on deck as we start this bottom of the 6th.
Pitcher's high, 2-0 to Baroa.
And we have mentioned that the Eagles, Andy, have had pitching problems late. They've given up a lot of runs this season.
Fastball in there.
So back-to-back weekend series for the Yetis, as we mentioned. Of course, Southwest Virginia this weekend, Guilford Tech next weekend. And fouled that one off. 5-0 lead, bottom of the 6th. Yetis trying to win their 2nd in a row and get their first Region 10 victory of the season.
Fouled off.
Yeah, just got a piece of that. I tell you, we saw Baroa and he have a really good at bat and ended up getting a nice hit down the right field line.
Pitch just missed.
Full count.
A lot of full counts this afternoon.
Yes.
Here's the payoff. Low ball 4. Leadoff walk to Baroa.
So Baroa's on, and here's Tico Pereira with a runner on to start the bottom of the 6th as the Yetis would like to do some more damage and extend this 5-run lead.
Pereira doubled in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 2. They're over to first. Back safe is Baroa.
Beautiful Friday afternoon it has turned out to be as we are getting up in the upper 60s. Just gorgeous on this Friday afternoon.
Next pitch missed inside.
Again, big thanks to our whole production crew, Greg Tillman, Producer director Justin Roper in the truck. Randy Evans behind the camera. Danny Morton, who was here with us a little bit earlier. He'll be a part of our crew tomorrow. We're back to first, and he's safe.
Pitch is high.
Looks like Underwood lost that one a little bit high, and now already, Andy, here's an infield discussion. Is one thing I have noticed on a couple of Underwood's pitches, Andy. It looks like he's a little off on his form. We've seen a couple of them really sail high.
Yeah.
Over 70 degrees, I believe now. Is that right?
Yeah. 71.
So just a gorgeous February afternoon. And what are you telling Underwood at this point, who just came in this inning?
I don't know if it's happening before he releases the baseball or on his follow-through. He's going over his delivery with the coach, and here comes the infield in on this conversation.
So the Yetis already a runner on first after the walk, and now Tico Pereira is looking to get on base, whether it be by the walk or a base hit. As the discussion's over. See Tico walking back to the plate.
Pitches.
That ball, I believe, is fair.
Yeah, it's off the bat.
I'm going to get the runner second, and they're going to get a double play.
Double play. Alert play by the Flying Eagles to get two.
And I tell you, Andy, they were alert, but the Yetis were not alert. Runner never moved until the ball was in the hand of the catcher, the throw to second, and then we saw Pereira kind of hesitate. And that made it pretty fairly easy, I should say, double play at that point.
It was a 2-4-3 double play.
That ball certainly went enough, a little bit ahead of the home plate. And so 2 outs all of a sudden, and there's Kel Sneathan with 2 down. So a big play there for Southwest Virginia.
Breaking ball, swung on a miss, strike one. Sneathan today is 2 for 3, base hit and scored in the first, struck out swinging, and then last inning, he had a double and later scored. So a good afternoon for the leadoff hitter.
Certainly has had an excellent game. And I tell you, the Eagles certainly needed that double play. It looked like it could be a disastrous inning after that infield discussion.
Pitch fouled out of play.
Good shot of Kel Sneathan.
Underwood with the pitch.
They hit him on the helmet.
Hit him on the helmet. Hit by a pitch. Sneathan on base for the 3rd time today.
That one came over our way after it hit Sneathan, and so we talked about Sneathan and Dawson have both been on base 3 different times, and there's Tyler Casiato coming to the plate with 2 outs and 1 on, and that makes that double play even bigger, Andy, after that ball hits Sneathan in his helmet.
Casiato, a sacrifice fly, driving in a run in the 4th inning.
2 outs, and Sneathan at first, a 5-0 Yetis lead, bottom of the 6th. He's going to go.
The throw to second gets away. Another stolen base for the Yetis today.
They have certainly had success, and they've got a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. Casiato base hit. Certainly could bring in another run.
That's the 3rd stolen base for Sneathan today.
Dawson's got 4, Sneathen 3 of them. Yeah, so he's had a lot of success. Grounder.
The short throw to first in time for out 3.
6 in the books. You're watching CCC Yeti Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. 5-0 Yetis lead. There's our score. We'll head to the 7th right after this.
Cleveland Community College has identified strengthening online learning as the topic for its quality enhancement plan. We're calling it SOUL. SOUL's 5-year implementation plan is focused on continuous improvement of online courses and promoting student success. We're excited for you to take this journey with us.
I'm Tim Foster from C19 TV Sports. Our Yeti Athletic Baseball field is open, and we're so excited to bring you Yeti Men's Baseball live on our YouTube channel with Cleveland Community College and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. You can check those out on Tuesday and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. and on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Don't miss great baseball from Region 10. Yeti Men's Baseball live on our YouTube channel at Cleveland Community College and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. Go Yetis in 2022. We welcome you back into the beautiful Yetis Athletic Park, and you see our beautiful, as well, David and Melissa White scoreboard, and the Yetis in control. 5 runs, 6 hits, no runs for the Yetis, and for Southwest Virginia, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. The Yetis in control. Tim Foster, Andy Foster, great to have you live on YouTube, and we head to the 7th. Beautiful afternoon of baseball, and the Yetis in control, and of course that is Quentin Romo still on the mound. First pitch is going to go foul, and of course Andy to lead off is Andrew Patterson here in the 7th.
Patterson 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out swinging.
Nice play by Sneathen.
Throw to first.
What a play!
Dug out by the first baseman. Great defense again by the Yetis.
What a play by Cal Sneathen. And Andy, he literally drove to make that play, had to get up and threw it to first, and he certainly would be a candidate for MVP of this game. What a play by that young man. One down. So
Colby Barnes, the batter, 0 for 2. He struck out twice, looking and swinging.
First pitch is outside.
I believe that's a pinch hitter, number 5. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is. That's Caleb Collins.
Yeah,
you're correct.
Collins is the batter.
Yeah, our apologies. He's from Abington, Virginia, and it's 2-0 count quickly to him from Romo. Yes, Andy, you caught that. The pinch hitter, 5'10", 140-pounder. It's 2-1 now with that strike call. And that's popped out to right for out number 2. And we've seen on that previous out, Sneathen, that's, I believe, the third really tremendous play he has made on this Yeti defense.
He has come to play today, has done it at the plate, and he definitely has done it in the field today for the Yetis.
So 2 down in the 7th, and here's the leadoff batter, Ian Perkins, for the Eagles.
Perkins 0 for 3, grounded out, struck out, and hit by a pitch. Pitch is low, ball 1.
And you got to give a lot of credit to Quentin Romo.
Wet it.
Yes, to Mr. Romo. He's done a great job since he's come in. There's Sneathen again, Andy. But not this time.
Can't make it on that one. He got to the ball, but it was deep in the hole at shortstop.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Perkins.
And he's got a base hit.
So he's on with 2 outs.
Infield single.
And nice job, as that will bring up Jake Taylor with 1 on and 2 outs.
Second baseman, Jake
Taylor is 0 for 2 with a walk.
Top of the 7th, the Yetis in control, 5-0. And again, great to have you here during our live YouTube broadcast. Ball gets by the catcher. And Perkins, is going to be at second in scoring position with 2 outs.
And that is the first time the ball has gotten by the catcher,
yes.
Turner, today. He's done a great job at the plate.
Yep. He has done an excellent job, and I believe only maybe the third or second batter to make it to second base for the Eagles so far in this game. But they do have a runner in scoring position.
Breaking ball in there. 5-0 Yetis. Top of the 7th. 2 outs, runner at second for the Flying Eagles. Pitch is fouled off.
Yeah, a little late on that one as it goes foul. And again, a big hello to our viewers on YouTube up around the Cedar Ridge, Virginia area where Southwest Virginia Community College is located, watching this afternoon. Runner's going to third.
Throw to third, not in time. Stolen base for Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins gets the stolen base. So he's at third with 2 outs. Southwest Virginia, they know they're going to have to start getting some runs to try to cut into this lead. It's getting late here in the top of the 7th.
Romo's pitch. Breaking ball fouled off.
Hutchins on deck if Taylor can get on.
Romo checks a runner at third, and the pitch is high. Romo checks a runner at third, comes to the plate, and it's ripped.
It's going to be a base hit.
And to center field, and the Flying Eagles on the board. It's 5-1.
Great piece of hitting there by Taylor, and it's a 5-1 game. And a big run for the Eagles as they're trying to cut into this lead. Now it'll bring up Hutchins to the plate with now runner at first and 2 outs, but a 5-1 game. There's our score, top of the 7th. The Eddies 5-1 as Eagles get on the board in the 7th.
Fastball with the knees in there to Hutchins.
And the Eagles have done this, Andy, with 2 outs.
0-1, low. 1-1 count, Anthony Hutchins. 0 for 2 with a walk.
Runner's going.
Throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for Taylor.
And so we've seen Southwest Virginia certainly aggressive in this inning. And a base hit here, Andy, and they can be within 3 runs. So this is a big at-bat. And if you're the Yetis, you'd certainly like to get out of this and give up just this 1 run.
Pitch swing and a miss.
So I believe we're at 2-2 now. Big pitch coming. Good shot of both Hutchins and Quentin Romo on the mound in the top of the 7th.
Romo's pitch. Missed inside.
Full count, Andy. Big pitch here. You could get the tying run to the plate if Hutchins can get on by walk.
Payoff coming. Grounded foul, first base side. Out of play.
Well, it wouldn't bring the tying run to the plate, but you certainly could you'd have 2 on. Put a lot of pressure here on the Yetis in the 7th. So another big 3-2 pitch coming. It's a good shot of Romo. There's Hutchins with a big 3-2 full count pitch.
Romo's pitch.
And it's bobbled. The runner's at third, and he's going to be tagged.
Yep.
He came off third. The ball was bobbled. If he stayed at third, you'd have had runners first and third. Came off third base, Andy, and that is a big play that we may look back in this game because you could have had, think about that, you could have had runners first and third as that ends the top of the 7th with a batter coming to the plate. Big play in this ball game.
Fielder's choice is how it's scored for out 3.
Well, we'd like to take a moment to recognize again some of our great community partners. These organizations and businesses provide generous support for college programs like the Electrical Line Worker Academy here at CCC, the CDL programs, and others. So big thanks to Cannon Foundation, Duke Energy Foundation, Greg Financial, Kearns Trucking, and also big thanks to Wells Fargo for their support of Yeti Athletics as we get ready to head to the bottom of the 7th inning. There you see our score, 5-1, and Andy, Southwest Virginia got that run. They're still in this ball game.
Yes, they are. That was a big run for the Flying Eagles. And now they have 4 hits in this ball game.
Yeah, that was their 4th hit of the ball game, and so a big bottom of the 7th as the Yetis will come to the plate. Underwood still on the mound. And again, want to congratulate and say happy 40th anniversary to C19 Television, celebrating 40 years and 40 years of a lot of great programming, events, concerts, athletics, sports that I go back and think of. And so congratulations and a big 40th anniversary to C19 TV. Tim Foster, Andy Foster with you live on YouTube. And we start the bottom of the 7th, and Mike Uber will start it off in the 7th. And, Andy, we remember Uber, that first at-bat where he hit that 2-run shot to kind of set the tone here for the Yetis earlier.
Yep, he got it rolling this afternoon for Cleveland Community College. Pitch outside, ball 1.
There's a good shot. He hit a 2-run shot over the left field wall. 5-1, bottom of the 7th. Region 10 matchup, game 1 of a 3-game series.
Breaking ball in there. And the pitcher, Underwood, seems a little more comfortable now on the mound.
Since that double play, he seems to have settled down some. Yep, no doubt.
Pitch outside. Pitch low.
Could be a base hit into left, Andy.
It is a leadoff base hit for Hutchins.
So Mike Uber will be on, and that will bring up
first baseman Robert Moya.
There's Robert Moya.
It was Huber, not Hutchins, with the hit. That was my error.
Yeah, and Uber's had a nice game today. We mentioned the home run. He's been on base several times. Now let's see if Robert Moya can keep it going. Runner at first with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Moya 0 for 3.
This one is straight up in the air.
Popped up on the infield. And the second baseman comes in to make the catch back of the mound. And one out, pitching an out.
Yeah, big out. And that will bring Kyrus Dawson, who has been on base 3 times. He's had 4 steals in this game, and he has had a tremendous afternoon here in game 1. Very productive.
Scored a run.
There's a rocket into left. It's going to get in the gap. It's to the wall. The runner's coming home. And he should be safe.
And he scored.
What a job. Dawson with a RBI double, and it's a 6-1 Yetis lead. And what a game that Kyrus Dawson has had as he just crushed that one into the gap between center and left.
RBI double, insurance run on the board for the Yetis in the 7th.
6-1 lead. You see our score now. And here's Darian Munoz with 1 out, runner in scoring position. And a big run to get back there for the Yetis on that double.
Sure was. Munoz 0 for 3 today. He's flied out a couple of times and on by an error.
Underwood looking back. The runner, of course, Dawson at second.
Pitch in the dirt.
Yetis trying to, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, win their 2nd in a row after the 17-8 victory over Caldwell back on Tuesday afternoon.
Underwood checks runner at second, comes to the plate.
A little bit inside. Cleveland Community College, 6-1 lead over Southwest Virginia, bottom of the 7th.
Underwood turns, looks the runner back to the bag at second. Here's a pitch.
There's another base hit.
Base hit, left field.
There's Dawson coming home.
Dawson rounds third. He'll score. 7-1 Yetis.
Couple of big runs for the Yetis here in the bottom of the 7th. The RBI from Munoz, and that will bring up Davis Turner. 2 on the board with a runner at first. There you see now a 7-1 Yetis lead, and let's see if that's going to be it, possibly for Underwood, Andy, or if this is just a infield discussion. And I believe that, well, they may just be discussing a few things.
He hasn't taken the ball yet from the pitcher.
A good response after we saw the Eagles get that 1 run. You see the infield discussion occurring. And then a couple of big runs now for the Yetis to really take control again, now up 7-1. So it looks like Underwood may stay in this game as Munoz is at first. And as we mentioned, Davis Turner will be the batter. Yetis trying to win their first ever regular season game here in region play at home. They won their first non-conference region game on Tuesday. As Davis comes to the plate. Davis Turner.
Turner 0 for 3, struck out swinging. He's popped out and flied out. And the pitch
runner's going to go.
Low in the dirt, throw to second.
Safe.
Apparently he was safe.
Yep.
I didn't see any indication either way, but
well, he certainly beat it, but we never.
No safe.
The throw was certainly low, bounced a little bit. So another runner in scoring position now for the Yetis, with still just one out.
Pitch high. Yetis back in control now, 7-1.
And I was going to say, Andy, a couple of hits, and they could really open this thing up in the 7th. Spring-like afternoon as Davis Turner fouls it off. Just a beautiful afternoon, a little bit of a breeze, but Andy, it has went from winter conditions this morning to spring, and I think we're going to head back to winter tomorrow.
Yeah, it's that time of year. You can have
a little bit of everything.
Winter, spring, and winter again in 24 hours time.
Outside Underwood, Andy, his control's really struggling over the last couple of batters that he has seen. Good shot of Davis Turner. Ball gets away.
Yep. Runner goes to third.
So Munoz at third now with still one out. And that was actually a walk, Andy. That was ball 4. My apologies. And that's going to bring up Neil Baroa. So Baroa with runners first and third. Still one out.
Baroa's been on base 3 times, hit by a pitch, doubled and scored and walked.
So Janelle Baroa can really open this up with a base hit. And we've got a balk that's been called on Underwood, Andy. He did not get set.
That will score a run.
That's going to score a run, and that's going to move the runner to second base, which was Turner.
Munoz scores.
Yeah, Munoz. It's an 8-1 lead and 3 across now for the Yetis here in the bottom of the 7th. It is a big inning, and Cleveland Community College in control here. And here's a discussion as Tyler Dawson's coming out to talk to the umpire. We may have a pinch runner, and I believe we are going to have a pinch runner. And pinch runner, Andy, that's coming in is Mason Dugas, the Cape Coral, Florida, native.
Cape Coral.
Yeah.
Coral.
You ever been to Cape Coral, Andy?
No, but
I haven't either, but you can pronounce
I know
it better.
what coral is.
Yes, that's right. But you have been to a lot of parts of Florida.
Yeah, I've been to Florida several times, but not to Cape Coral. Hello.
Yes, those are the workers, Andy. It's very interesting that are working on the softball field, the new softball field that will be here in 2023, and they just wanted to say hello to everybody on the broadcast.
We appreciate the sound effects.
So it's 8-1 now, and we've got runner in scoring position at second, and, of course, that is going to bring up Chanel Baroa at the plate. Yetis with 3 across here in the bottom of the 7th. This one looks like it's going foul, and it is. Right field side. Been a tough inning for Underwood.
Really has. He had problems when he got to the mound with his delivery. And it's been a long inning for him here in the bottom of the 7th.
That time he made the full turn to avoid the balk.
Here's the pitch. High. 1-1 to Baroa.
Dugas, the pinch runner at second.
Fastball outside. Underwood, a bunch of pitches.
Yeah. Still just one out in this bottom of the 7th.
Here's a pitch.
He gets away.
And into third.
That's Dugas.
Dugas, the pinch runner.
It's a 3-0 count now to Baroa.
This is not a deep Southwest Virginia team.
And especially, Andy, we talked about the not a lot of depth in general, but especially their pitching staff, and that was the concern coming in. We talked about it as we kicked off and there's a shot. It's going to be in the gap. This is going to be a double and score one. And it is a 9-1 game. And what about Baroa, Andy, with the double RBI?
Great afternoon for Baroa.
And that is going to wrap it up. That's going to be the mercy rule, Andy, to wrap it. The mercy rule 8 through 7, and that does it. The final score, 9-1. Of course, a lot of people don't know the mercy rule, Andy, 9 through 5, I believe 8 through 7. And that's what Cleveland Community College is able to do. They're 5-7. They moved to 1-6, and more importantly, Andy, 5-7 is important. They get that, as you see our final, they get that first Region 10 Western Conference win. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's a historic win for the Yetis program today. That first one in the region, and it's been a good week so far for the Yetis, and hopefully it will continue tomorrow with that doubleheader.
Big thanks to Greg Tillman, our whole crew in the truck, Justin Roper, Randy Evans, Danny Morton. Andy and I will be back for Game 2 a little before noon. You can check us out live on YouTube. Remember, go to ClevelandCC, the streaming page, to check it out. And Game 3 we'll have later tomorrow afternoon. Myself and Guy Suttle looking forward to it. For our whole crew, thanks for being a part of Yetis men's baseball. They moved to 5-7, 1-6 in conference action, Region 10. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon for Game 2. This is, of course, a presentation of Cleveland Community College, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon for more Yetis men's baseball.